Great. And then I wanted to introduce the two next guests with a really cool event that we are creating for Heritage in conjunction at Heritage Square with its 25th anniversary this year. For those of you on Facebook, there's a Facebook page called My Oxnard Memories, and there's a lot of these types of pages around for different communities and different groups of people, but this one in particular has really caught quite a bit of attention from the community, and thanks to the two folks that are going to come up here and tell you a little bit about it. And we're taking something that's online and in a virtual world and making it a real event. So we actually did some research on this, and we've not found any in other communities done, so we might be doing something new for the first time. So I wanted to introduce Sal Romero and Irene Avila, who will tell you a little bit more about the event coming up in August.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name's Sal Romero. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead.
I began, yes.
Get closer. There you go.
Oh, thank you. I started My Oxnard Memories, which is a Facebook page, maybe about 4 years ago. The reason I started it was that there was another page, and I was excited about it. You know, my hometown. I was born and raised here. I've lived here my whole life except the 6 years of my Air Force enlistment. So I love this, my home, right? So I go to this page, I join it, waiting for great stuff, and all there was negativity. All there was racism. All there was negative comments about Oxnard. Who needs that? So I guess I voiced my displeasure, and other folks in the group, why don't you start your own page, right? I'm new to Facebook. I have no idea what I'm doing, so why not? I got encouragement from a few people, and My Oxnard Memories was born. It just took off, and it's kind of strict. We don't allow negativity. We don't allow politics, religion. I'm sure there's more we don't allow. But basically, it's just for Oxnard memories, positive memories. Stuff like the Haunted Dairy, Grunion hunting, Chase Brothers Dairy, cruising, the Cross. Things that we did growing up and enjoying it. I'm sorry, I haven't spoken publicly since I was an Air Force recruiter, so we've had a lot of help. I got a lot of good administrators. Irene is one of them, and she helps just administer the page. Irene? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Irene Avila, and as Sal Romero noted, I'm an administrator on his page, My Oxnard Memories. I'm one of many that administer the page. I want to add a little bit more to what Sal has stated about the page. It is about Oxnard Memories and the things that we shared growing up together. But what I noticed that the page has grown into people wanting to know more about the history of Oxnard. People want to know about an old business that no longer exists. People want to know about people that used to run Oxnard, or the gentleman down the street who owned a business, or what happened to this business. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of people have a lot of information. They have it in their closets, they have it in their photo albums, they have possibly old newspaper clippings, but a majority of people have their information up here, and they've received it from their parents, their grandparents, from the older folks. And so they pass down that information and they bring it to that page. What Mr. Blum has come up with for the Heritage Square 25th anniversary celebration was a theme, and it was My Oxnard Memories. He brought me in, asked me to be a part of the committee. I was honored to be a part of it, and to help bring alive this page. It's a page on the internet, but it's a way that people are now communicating. It's a way that people are now getting in touch with one another. It's beyond what anybody could have dreamed of. I'm sure Sal didn't think of this 4 years ago. We have so many people that have so much to share. And what better way to have that happen than to have people come together at this event, bring what they have, bring photos, bring books, bring newspapers, bring whatever it is they may have that they possibly maybe can't share on a computer. Let's share it with everybody. Let's see what else is out there in Oxnard. We know about, the Mulhart family and the Pettit family, and we know about all those stories because we've heard them over and over and over again. And as great as they are, we know that there's other families that contributed to the history of Oxnard. We know there are groups that helped to build Oxnard. Oxnard from day one has been a melting pot. And I think people want to have their stories told, and they want to share those stories. And thankfully for Sal, they've shared those stories on My Oxnard Memories. It's a great page. If you haven't checked it out, I advise you to check it out. You can look at it without joining. And I contribute to the page every so often. I look through the archives, I look through the newspapers, I try to find interesting stories, photos, business ads, and people will say, I remember that business, or I forgot about that business. The Mom's Day, as we call it MOM, My Oxnard Memories, MOM. For Mom's Day, we're hoping to bring about a lot of people and bring those memories, bring that history, and also possibly bring items that they could put into the time capsule. I have here a rough draft of what we will be going out. If I can you see it? Watch each of them. And aside from the Oxnard Memories and the history of Oxnard and the contributing neighborhoods such as El Rio, Rose Park, Colonia, and Hueneme, My Oxnard Memories was a factor in connecting a homeless gentleman to his family. Mr. Johnny Dwyer was living off the streets in San Francisco for over 30 years. His family had reported him missing for 22 years prior. They thought that he had died. They thought they were never going to see him again. Till one day a gentleman, Mr. Kevin Adler, from Homeless Point of View, he runs a YouTube channel. He uses GoPro to find homeless people, ask them who their family members are, and he posts that information on different social medias, on Facebook, YouTube, and any other places. One day he contacted Sal and asked him if he wouldn't mind posting his video of a gentleman who stated he was a former Oxnard resident. Sal approved. That was back in March of 2015. 7 days later, his family was found, and they were honored to know that My Oxnard Memories had brought their brother, their son, their uncle, their cousin back into their lives. KEYT Channel 3 Santa Barbara covered it as well. So, I'd like to congratulate Sal for creating a page that went beyond what he dreamed of.
Definitely.
I don't know if you have any questions.
Any questions?
So the event is August 21st. It's a Sunday?
Yes.
Sunday from 11 to 4 at Heritage Square. Is it free?
It's free.
Okay.
We're going to have a car show. We're going to have entertainment. There's going to be food provided from different organizations such as Knights of Columbus and Elks. We're going to have a couple of vendors there. We're going to have a gentleman there selling T-shirts with different Oxnard logos, iconic landmarks. And we're going to have different booths representing the different neighborhoods of Oxnard, such as Silver Strand, El Rio, Colonia, Wainimi, another one for the high schools. And we want to invite all of you and to bring your families out and see what it is that we have to share with you.
And this is in conjunction with the 25th anniversary of the, Gary, of the Heritage Square?
Yes, our docent program, well over a year and a half ago, started planning our 25th anniversary celebrations. And so we have normal events we do and fundraisers, and so we've done several that we normally do. But this is probably the most significant event because it's more inclusive of the entire community's history. We have just a small fraction of the city's history represented there at the square, and we're so excited to be able to facilitate this. We're making sure the event is free. We're covering all the costs to put the event on. We're raising those funds. There'll be a little bit of revenue here and there from some operations, but it's pretty much a break-even event. We want hundreds of people to come to the square, tell their story, share their story. Irene mentioned, something printed, but it can be up here. We're going to have people with recorders and video cameras, and we want to record as much history as possible. We hope to make this available to the Oxnard Library, to the Oxnard Reference Room. Irene's been in communication with them. We're still working those details out, but we're going to capture as much as we can, then make a lot of it available on My Oxnard Memories. It'll be so much information, we can't do it all at once, but Irene will have posting stuff for at least a year or two. And just to collect this data on a very casual, comfortable way with as many members in our community as possible. And we also want people to meet other people. We know August is tough for the elected officials, but we're inviting a lot of people in the community that have meant things in the community, and if people want to meet former mayors or something, we're hoping to get as many people there as possible. Also, just to let you know, the city's been very helpful in the 1961 Oxnard movie that you guys worked on several years ago. I think it's been out of production for a little while. Everyone may have a copy here or there, but I think the city's ramping up to produce some of those DVDs, and we'll be showing it actually at Heritage Square Hall throughout the day, and then if people want to actually buy their own DVD, they can actually take that. We're also thinking an invitation is going to Dr. Greathouse, if he can make it, hopefully, and so who created that film back in '61. So it's going to be a really fun day of taking in history, sharing history, seeing people, meeting people, and it's something really out of the box. So we're really excited that we're doing this and making this happen, and the support we're getting from everyone. Everyone seems to really like the idea. So.
Great. Any questions?
Thank you, Irene and Sal, for coming. This is so neat. I was already looking on Facebook, and I see that you have nearly 8,000 followers, and I just requested to join. I didn't even know about this, and I'm really into social media and into my city, which I've been born and raised in. Right. And I see that you have almost 7,500 photos, so I'm really excited to, so please accept my request. But
we will.
This is really neat. I think this is so great that you guys are doing this. I would also think it would be great to have maybe a lecture series of some Oxnard historians or people that are, first families or politicians or what have you, because maybe perhaps in the chapel at Heritage Square, because a lot of people like that one-on-one interaction and talking to some of these historians, because you're right, we have so much to learn, so much to know about our city. I remember in 2000 they did like a Millennium Time capsule, and I remember filling that out. I think I was in high school. But those things are really neat, and a lot of people, I'm a history buff, I love history, but I just remember seeing this Hollywood by the Sea picture, and I posted it up, and I put it in my condo, because I thought it was so neat. But I really want to applaud all of you guys in the committee that's starting this, and I hope that we can share it, and we'll make sure to remind the community in August to attend this in our August meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
If I can add just a couple things. This type of social media is becoming more important. I mean, our libraries are important, research papers, historic resource reports, but I also sit on the Ventura County Cultural Heritage Board, and I've been talking to some of our other commissioners, and they've been saying that they've been utilizing these types of tools to do research. And what's great about My Oxnard Memories, there's actually a search feature. So if you want to know about a particular business, you can go there, type it in, and every posting that has it listed in there, it will come up, and you just go through posting by posting, photos, stories, stories, memories. And so they're incredible tools, not just in the here and now of social media coming and going, but in the archiving of information. So it's really valuable. And then you mentioned the time capsule. That is our final event for Heritage Square later in October. There was a time capsule put in Heritage Square when it was dedicated in 1991. We will be taking some of the items that are going to be brought in and reinterring them in there. The time capsule is meant to capture the development of the square in 1991. We're hoping to capture a slice of Oxnard's history and put them in the new time capsule and hopefully open them in 25 or 50 years, whenever we determine. So that's an exciting thing that we'll be doing later in October. But August 21st, 11 to 4, is My Oxnard Memories Day at Heritage Square, and we do hope that everyone can attend. If they have any questions, they can call our office at area code 805-483-7960, or they can go to heritagesquareoxnard.com and go to our website. There's numerous ways to link over to us, and you can communicate through our Facebook page at Heritage Square Oxnard, or join My Oxnard Memories and communicate with everyone. There's also a lot of people on there that are from that lived here at one time but live outside of the community now, a lot of expats, and they love this page. They like, I remember that, and I wish I still lived there, and it's 21 degrees tonight. I wish I was in balmy Oxnard. So it's amazing how important this Facebook page is for a variety of people in the community. Thank you.
Great. I think we have a few more questions.
Yeah, just a couple comments. Gary, I wanted to thank you. I've actually remembered the first salsa festival that when I attended it 23 years ago, and that was great. And just the fact that it's still in downtown and it's thriving, it's growing, and it's always an event that I like to go. I haven't been to every one, but it's something that I definitely will be at this year, and look forward to attending it again. And for Sal and Irene, thank you for noticing the negativity that's online about Oxnard and doing something about it. Because all we see, well, not all, but a lot of what we see on these Facebook pages and stuff is the negativity of Oxnard, the reputation that it might have. But to show that that's not what it is, it's not what it's all about, and being a high school teacher, high school history teacher, I'm going to make sure that my students, one of the first things we do in our history class is their own history. And now that there's a source, something that they can look at, and they can see what Oxnard, the history of Oxnard, not just the farming families, but the people that work the farms, their histories also. So thank you for creating that page. And I'm not at all familiar with social media. I try to avoid it at all costs. But this is something that I will check out. Thank you for letting me check it out, even though I don't join anything, because I'm not a social media type of guy. But I will definitely be checking this out. And I was writing in my calendar, because if I don't write it right now in my calendar, I'll forget. So I wrote it right now, the 21st, because I want to be there and just to see what the memories are. Bring my dad, who came here in '63, and my mom, who came here in '60, and have them share their memories also. And it's something that we don't do enough of, I believe.
And just so you know, you don't actually have to join My Oxnard Memories page to see the page. You can browse it all you want. You can see the photos, you can see the videos, you could see everything as if you were a member. Being a member just gives you access to posting and liking, commenting, and as you stated, it is a positive page. And because there's roughly almost 8,000 members, it would probably be a lot more if we weren't as diligent as we are with being selective with the members that are chosen to be members. Because we want to make sure that the page is clean, that it's positive, that it's upbeat, that we're strictly talking about history and memories, and no one is to be rude to other members or to put down Oxnard. It's my hometown. I've been here all my life. My grandparents chose it as our home, and I love it and I respect it, and I know that that's something Sal and I have in common, as well as Mr. Blum.
Yes, no, thank you. I'm going to browse. I'm definitely going to browse.
Okay. I have a question for Gary. So you mentioned that there was just a small cost for the Friday concert?
There is okay, so the seats are $15. The cost of that concert for the act and the lighting that we have to do that night, it's a lot more expensive actually than the weekend, and we can spread the cost out over the entire day. But the Friday night is $15 for an individual seat, or just for access. You can bring in your own folding chair if you want, but you can get one of our chairs, and there's plenty of them because they're set for the festival the next day. And then there are actual tables at seat 6. I believe they're 120, but don't quote me on that. And you can actually order those on our website at oxnardsalsafestival.com, so you prepay for all that. You get fast-tracked in right when you get to the gate. The concert starts at 7 p.m. You can bring your own food in, just alcoholic beverages you have to buy there, but you can, you can sit on the lawn if you'd like, bring a blanket, or take the chair seating, or you can do the table chair seating that's closer to the stage. And the dance floor is set up that night, so it's a great night to dance as well.
Great, thank you. Well, thank you, Irene and Sal. And thank you for your service, sir. It looks like you've put in a lot of years helping out here in the community, so appreciate that. And thank you, Irene, as well. Any other questions for Mr. Blum or Irene or Sal? Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.